And we're back with part 2 of the video where Max Mirho shows us how to do no-code prototyping. And the product that we're creating is a site that matches tutors and students. Max, back to you. Give us a quick update and let's go.
Awesome. So what we've done so far, let me zoom in here. This is a no-code app builder called Adalo that we're using. And so far we have a simple welcome screen, a login screen, a sign-up form where you can very specifically tell the app whether or not you are a tutor, right? Because this is two-sided. It has students and tutors. And we have built the interface, a very simple interface for tutors to showcase and create profiles that are then shown on the platform, right? And the nice thing is this little bit right here, create profile on this, are only visible by tutors, right? Accounts that are labeled as tutor. So it's exclusive to them. That's where we're at so far. Now let's create the functionality for the student side of things. So actually with create profile, this button is sometimes visible, but I don't think this list is sometimes visible. So let's change that really quickly. Sometimes visible if the logged in user tutor is true. If it's set that way, great. Now, let's add a nice bigger list for the student. So let's add a custom list here. I want the home screen for the student user to just be a list of items, right? It is a list of the available tutors out there, not just the logged in tutors like this is. This is a current list of just the logged in users profiles. I want the student to be able to see all of the available profiles out there for tutoring because they want to be able to pick and choose whoever they want, right? So great, wonderful. This is a list of what? Profiles. And there's filter, there is no filter. It is all profiles, but the sorting is maybe subject of expertise A to Z. So it's sorted by subject. That sounds quite nice. Maximum number of items, no maximum number of items. Let's see. Well, now let's customize this bit. So the title, just like we did here, we need to customize the items involved. So let's go and give this the current profile. This is a list of profiles. Current profile's name. We'll add a subtitle. Delete this here. Current profiles, subject of expertise. So the name, subject of expertise. And then let's move these over maybe so we can create a little profile image, just like we did for this one. Because I feel like that adds to comfort if you can see it's another person. So we'll go into here, we'll add a little image block, pop it in right here, make it super, super tiny, and squeeze it in right there. And now, as you can see, it updates the entire list, so all of them have image elements. And then we'll go into here, select image from a database, current profiles, profile picture. Perfect. So that should be good. And now it's just a list of all the profiles out there. Now, let's give them a way that they can click into it and see how they can contact that user, right? Or that profile. So also, let's make sure that this is only visible to the students, right? Because these are both visible to only the tutors. Right. Now this is visible to everybody, but we don't want the tutor to be able to see this. This isn't important for them. So let's make sure. Change visibility, sometimes visible, only visible, the logged in users, tutors section is false because that means they're a student. Right? Done. Perfect. Now we have 3 different elements, and these 2 are only visible to the tutor. This is only visible to the student. Works like a platform. So it's different for each type of user. Beautiful. Now, let's say maybe on click of this rectangle, we add an action. Maybe we link to a new screen, and that new screen is contact user profile. And we'll say tutor. So now contact tutor user profile. Let's go create an app bar screen. So they click on one of these boxes, right? And it shows them more information, or just in this case, the phone number, because that's all the more information that we have. Does that sort of kind of make sense? They're scrolling through, see everything, they click on the one they like, and they get more information about it. So important thing to note here. Adalo is a little bit weird with how data flows. And this is the hardest thing you're ever going to experience with Adalo. And most app builders. The data needs to flow in the right way. So when they click this box, right, it links to a new screen with the transition push, but the data that's sent to contact tutor user profile screen is the current profile. That's exactly what we want, right?
Right.
It sends to that screen because that screen is going to change depending on which one you click. We can't create independent screens for every single new thing. So Adalo does it automatically. And we need to make sure that the data is being sent in the right way. So it's sending the current profile. It's exactly what we want. Now let's go over to here, contact the person. So now this will be a screen for the profile, right?
Right, for the contact info, for the profile with contact info. Exactly.
Yes. And so let's make this, let's add some text just like we kind of did with the list.
Right.
Let's see if we can create a larger profile page. So it's going to be the current profile because that data was sent. So it gives us the option to add information from the current profile, which is the one that we clicked. It's going to be the current profile's name. Awesome. Let's do that the same way with a nice little image. Make this right here. Select image from database, current user profile picture. So it's going to be Max Mirho, name, if I'm the tutor. We're going to have a little bit of more text down here. And this text is going to be the current profile's subject of expertise.
Yep.
Wonderful, just like we had in that list. And then the contact method is going to be phone number, which is what we decided. So we're going to say something like, I'm going to make a big thing down here. It's going to be like 25, and it's going to say something like contact this tutor via their phone number, and the phone number will be below that. Contact this user via their phone number. I will copy paste user via their phone number, and then the phone number will show up right here. Current user, current profile, phone number.
Got it.
Beautiful. Contact this user via their phone number, and the phone number shows right there. And we could, like we were saying before, if things like trust becomes a problem when we test it with our first few users, we can add a whole section here of text, right? A whole big, like, giant section of this is my experience. These are the people that I've tutored. We could add a list of associated reviews. If we create a review section and we tag it here, and we could average out the number of stars that they get per review to make one big, 3.5 stars is their average review, right? Awesome. Beautiful. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Let me center it a little bit more. And I think we're good.
So this provides, so if we back up, we now have essentially a website or an app where tutors can enter their information. They get tagged as tutors, and then a student could come in and say, I want to take a look at all tutors who say they are tutors in history. Maybe there's reviews, there's a little background, there's areas of subject matter expertise. They can select one and contact them.
Yeah.
If we were to add some more functionality, last thought, what additional functionality might you add? Automated contacting, payments, what do you think?
I like the reviews section. I think that would be the next thing that I add probably. But if I wanted to add something like payment, like you were saying before, there's a little component marketplace down here, and I think I have it installed as well. There's a little Stripe payment right here. So I can add a little Stripe payment bit right there. So pay now immediately. Awesome.
Right.
That would probably be the next step. Or maybe like a space where they can, tag their Venmo account or something along those lines.
Right.
Those are the next thing that I'd probably add, but I'd have to go and test this with users to see what they really need.
Perfect. And the whole idea is to this point, we've been testing the problem. We've been trying to understand what the problem is, and in this case, on both sides of that, with potential tutors and students who need tutoring. Now, with this prototype, you can go out and test the solution, as Max was just saying. You can show them and they can say, I would want this, I would want that, I don't need this, I want to pay, I do whatever. And that's the way you iterate to get that right product market fit.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all
Max, last words. This is awesome.
Adalo is super easy. Like, I make it look super easy, at least. It is not. is what I meant to say. If you go to Adalo and you go to the Learn section, they have a list of tutorials, clonable kits. I go to all resources usually. They have video tutorials. They have a forum for help. Anywhere these no-code tools exist, there are going to be a massive amount of educational resources, and I highly suggest you use them. Anytime that I'm building something from scratch, I'm futzing around, I'm running into a wall. I go to Google and YouTube and I type, how do I do this in? And then I like keep messing around. So I made it look easy because I built little marketplaces, very simple marketplaces on this before, but it's going to take some time. It's not going to be just immediately super intuitive. So be a little bit patient with it, but it is super powerful once you learn it.
Yeah, and I like the one piece of advice you gave, which was in addition to using all of their internal video tutorials, etc., go and search, use your favorite search engine, Google, whatever, and click on the videos. Oftentimes you'll find really better resources from users about how to hack the hacks.
Exactly.
Max, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us and for prototyping a product with us.
Heck yeah. Thank you for letting me. This was a ton of fun.
All right. Till next time. Bye for now.